This episode is a tribute to former Southall striker Justin Fashanu. Justin played for Norwich City, Nottingham Forest, Southampton, Notts County, Brighton, Manchester City, West Ham, Leyton Orient, and of course Southall. He was the first £1 million black player, and he was the first openly gay professional footballer. So here's our look back at Justin's time at Southall, his life and his football career. Justin Fashanu joined Southall for the final 2 months of the 1990-91 season at the age of 30. And back then, Southall were playing in Isthmian League Division 2 South. Justin had already played for Norwich, Nottingham Forest, Southampton, Notts County, Brighton, Man City, West Ham and Leyton Orient, as well as clubs in Australia, USA and Canada. And he'd also made a number of appearances for England's under-21s. Justin was appointed as player coach at Southall alongside first team manager Keith Chamberlain. He made his debut at home to local rivals Maidenhead United, a 0-0 draw in front of what at the time for Southall was considered a large crowd of 237. He scored his first and second goals for Southall in his second game, a 4-1 victory at Leatherhead. And he was on target again in the next match, a 2-1 home win against Hungerford. And his scoring run continued at Petersfield United with a goal in a 4-1 victory. A 1-0 defeat at Maidenhead United followed, but Justin scored again in the following game, a 5-1 win at home to Bracknell Town. A 2-0 defeat followed at Feltham, for which Justin was named as a sub. And Southall's club records show that he did not take part in any of the 4 remaining league matches that season. He then spent the summer in Canada playing for Toronto Blizzard before having a trial for Newcastle United, and then he signed for Torquay United. During his time at Southall, Justin was a well-liked, generous and kind man, and he proved to be a real uniting force among the players. So going back to his early days, Justin began his career as an apprentice with Norwich and turned pro in December 1978. He made his debut the following month and became a regular goalscorer for Norwich. And in 1980, he won the BBC's Goal of the Season award for a spectacular goal against Liverpool. He scored 40 goals in 103 appearances for Norwich, including 19 league goals in the club's 1980-81 relegation season. He became Britain's first £1 million black player when he signed for Nottingham Forest in August 1981. But he had a difficult relationship with Brian Clough after the Forest manager discovered that he had been visiting gay bars and nightclubs. Justin then joined Southampton on loan before moving to Notts County in December 1982. He scored 20 times in 64 games in back-to-back relegation seasons before moving to Brighton in 1985. A knee injury threatened to end his career, but after playing for 3 clubs in the USA and Canada, he joined Man City and then had a spell at West Ham. Justin joined Leyton Orient in March 1990, and after a year at Orient, he was persuaded to join Southall. And despite his brief spell as a player at Southall, he certainly made a big impression on and off the pitch. So after Southall, he spent the summer of 1991 playing for Toronto Blizzard in Canada, and then returned to England and played for Leatherhead. He came out as gay in October 1990 in an interview, and he was the only prominent player in professional English football to do so until Jake Daniels in 2022. Justin briefly joined Newcastle United in 1991 before signing for Torquay and scored 10 goals in 21 appearances despite Torquay's relegation. And he later became assistant manager at Torquay. Justin also played in Scotland for Airdrieonians, again being part of a relegated side, and then he played in Sweden for Trelleborg in 1993 before returning to Scotland to join Hearts. He moved back to the USA to coach and also had a spell in New Zealand in 1997 before announcing his retirement as a player. And then he returned to coach Maryland Mania in the USA. In April 1998, he was accused of sexual assault and was questioned by the police while he was in America. A warrant for his arrest was issued, but he fled to England fearing he would not get a fair trial because of his homosexuality. Justin committed suicide in London in May 1998. In his suicide note, he stated that he was not guilty of what he was being accused of. Justin's legacy goes beyond football. He was named in the top 100 lesbian and gay heroes in the Pink paper. The Justin campaign was set up in his honour to campaign against homophobia in football. In 2009, the Justin Fashanu All-Stars football team was named at an event in Brighton, which was supported by the FA. And in 2017, Netflix released the film Forbidden Games, the Justin Fashanu story. In 2023, a mural of Justin was painted on the wall of a pub in Norwich, replacing a mural of former Norwich manager Daniel Farker. Justin Fashanu was posthumously inducted to the National Football Museum Hall of Fame in Manchester on February the 19th, 2020. Justin's Southall FC number 9 shirt and a letter from the club was presented to his niece Amal Fashanu. Southall were represented at Justin's induction by club officials Dave Considine and Gary Drew. So that's our tribute to former Southall player Justin Fashanu.